Hello and welcome to Man Warrior Yoga. My name is Michael and I'm going to take you through and show you some hip opening poses today. Keep running along the lines of our improving your back and the bad back sequences and programs we've been doing. We've worked a little bit on hamstrings and also strength in the back. The other aspect that we need to approach is the hips. The hips get overutilized in our lifestyle with the amount of sitting we do, whether it be at a desk at work, whether it be driving, whether it be watching telly. The hips are used and abused, let's be honest. They connect the lower body to the upper body, but don't ever get lengthened, or very rarely at least. So we're going to do that today and get a little bit of mobility into the hips, get them moving again and feeling good. So join with me. We're going to work through to about a half a dozen postures. Each one, we're going to hold for about 5 to 8 breaths to really allow, the hips are quite a complex and large muscle group, so allow them to release, to relax, and to lengthen. So join me on the mat. First of all, we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. We're going to lie all the way down. We're going to cross our right leg over our left foot down to the mat, flexing right toes back. Now we're going to open through the right hip. So to do that, reach down. That may be enough already, but otherwise we're going to reach down, take hold of the left thigh or left knee, and then slowly that left knee is going to make its way back towards our chest. Keeping the right toes flexed, right knee moving in the perpendicular to your mat or to the side of the room. We're going to keep the shoulders relaxed and breathing deeply. Good. Feel that opening through the outside of the right. Obviously, we're going to swap it over and do the opposite side, flexing the toes back, taking a hold of the thigh or the knee, whatever is more comfortable for you. If your hands aren't reaching, grab a belt, a tie, whatever you need. Just slowly ease that right knee back towards the chest. With each exhale, try and take it back just a little further, but don't force it. Allow it to move toward the chest. Once again, about 5. Release that. Take the knees up to the chest. Give them a squeeze. Great for lengthening the lower back. Letting it stretch out a little bit. Keeping the lower back pressed down into your mat. Even a couple of rotations. These are wonderful for the back. To lengthen, we get tight. The amount of sitting we do, it all shrinks up, shortens down, and it becomes a little bit painful, truthfully, which isn't any good. Next we're going to come up onto the mat. So rocking and rolling up over our knees and coming through to a tabletop position. From here, back is flat. We're going to touch our toes together and do the exact opposite that we came through with hugging our knees. We're going to use gravity this time. Allow the hips to move down towards the heels and the forehead down to the mat. If the forehead doesn't reach, possibly use a couple of stacked palms. And just let that lower back release a little bit. Great for lengthening the lower back and just releasing any tension that's there. Good. Coming back up through to our tabletop, slowly rising up. We're going to step our right foot forward inside of our right wrist, making sure the toes are in line with the fingers. Then from here, we're going to start working into the hip flexor. The left hip flexor, that is. The left hip starts to work down. Open the chest. Lead with the chest and get the shoulders stacking over the hips. You can keep your hands down to the mat or onto the front knee. And once again, just slowly deep breathing. Keeping the body relaxed and calm and letting it open, letting it release. Strong through that hip flexor. Just doing a world of good. Good. Changing over to the opposite side. Back, left foot forward. Once again, making sure you've got a 90-degree angle in that the knee. Either hands down to the mat or coming up onto the bent knee, stacking the shoulders. Back toe is untucked. Feel that opening through the hip, right through the hip flexor. That lowers down. Very good. 5 to 8. Good. Hands back down to mat, stepping back. This time we come up through to our kneeling. Knees underneath the hips. Take the hands, the heel of the hands to either side of the lower back. Just going to bring the hips forward. Press the hips forward into a camel pose and allow the chest to open. Spread the collarbones. Squeeze the shoulder blades and the elbows together. And only if it feels good for the neck, possibly taking the neck back. Take the head back. That may feel a little bit strong through the lower back. But once again, because we're doing it slowly, safely, shouldn't be any issue there. To release, bring the chin back to the chest. Release, hip back down toward the heels. Let's lengthen out. Let's just take a little bit of release through the lower back, just in case any discomfort there. Lowering all the way down, either forehead to the mat or stack the palms. Every time we go into a back bend, we find a forward bend to counterbalance. Just increasing the mobility every single time. Very good. Starting to feel better. Fantastic. Coming up into our hands and knees. Once again, I'm going to bring that right foot forward. This time, opening up through the groin, opening up through the adductors or inner thighs. I'm going to take the right hand inside of the right foot. Step the right foot out slightly towards the corner of our mat. Possibly take the elbows down to the mat. Or just extend them out front. And feel the lengthening all through the inner thighs, both in the right as well as the left. Let the head release and lengthen. Good. Just one more breath here. Walk the hands back through center. Walk the right foot in. Step it back. And the left foot forward. Walking the left foot slightly out towards the left. We'll do the same on this side. Releasing down. Let the hands come forward. Lengthening, softening through the upper back. And the hips are often, especially on guys, are very, very tight. We aren't built to be Latin dancers necessarily, all of us. But we can certainly help along the way and release a little bit of that tension from all the sitting and driving, etc. that we do. So lengthen those muscles through the hips. It feels a world better. Releases a lot of tension and gets the spine moving again. So feel it slowly coming back. Excellent. Walking the hands back through to center. Left foot step back. We'll work the inside of the hip and once again target the outside. For the outside this time, right knee through to right wrist, taking the foot across the mat, and the left foot steps back. Now you want to be slowly bringing this right hip down towards the mat. If it's really high, you may put a block underneath. Just give it a little bit of support. Otherwise, the hands start to creep forward, possibly coming down onto elbows, possibly releasing the head down. Folding over that front leg, folding over the front hip. Make sure there's no pain in the knee now, though. We don't want any pain in the knee. Should be nice, slow, relaxed stretch. Good. Pressing back up. Tuck the left foot under. Right foot steps back. Left knee steps to left wrist. And foot across the mat. Take that right foot back, and we'll do the same with the left. walking the hands forward, soften down, and folding over that front hip. Good. Start to feel a little bit more movement, a little bit more freedom in the hips. And we'll slowly press back up. Sit down onto the left hip and bring both feet into the center. This time we'll move through to cobblers pose. Soles of the feet pressing together. Don't take the heels any closer than the knees. Possibly taking the hands around the toes. If you're not reaching, maybe your feet a little bit wider. Hands onto the ankles. Just use the elbows, a little bit of weight into the knees to open up through hips and open up through the groin. You're almost peeling back the feet and opening. Trying to sit up straight though. Keep a long back, long spine, long back of the neck. Easy for me to say as well. If you're feeling pretty flexible, pretty open in the hips and the lower back, you may even bring the elbows in front of the knees and lower down through the spine. But once again, with all these poses, make sure you go with what works for you. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's just right for you. So go with that. But I thank you for joining me today. We had a number of hip opening poses. Make sure you check out the hamstring lengthening and the back strengthening, especially that back strengthening. We can't have enough of that. Until next time, be good, stay well. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give me all fantastic comments. Remember, if you like it, tell 20 people. If you don't like it, just tell me. Be good till next time. We'll see you on the mat.